Okay, let's get started here. Welcome, Thomas. Welcome, Tabitha. How are you guys doing? Good, awesome. We're going to get started with the last live lecture of this class. So excited to finish another class, but you know, it's always like bittersweet. It goes really quick. And I always say I want like an extra 2 weeks at least for some of these classes. Would be nice. All right, but you know, we're finishing things up this week, evolving our work, pushing it forward, hopefully getting revisions done, working on your brand identity book, getting that polished and ready to go. Now, when we met yesterday, we talked about your assignment 4. We also discussed your discussion 4. So if you missed any of that, listen to the recording. Went over some important information in regards to that. Today, for our last live lecture, we're going to go over assessment 4. So we got lots to do today. All right, so like as I said before, yesterday we did a little quiz review from week 1 to week 4, final project overview, and then an open critique, which was nice seeing other people's progress there. Today, this is basically what we're doing. So we'll see if we end a little early. If you guys want to show any of your work, it's completely up to you. See how it goes. I don't have this timed out, so we might, depending on how the demo goes, you know, how short or long this will be. But we're going to go forward anyway. Just a reminder, make sure you're getting all of your work in this Saturday before midnight for credit. I cannot accept anything past that. And don't forget your career integration quiz needs to be also completed by Saturday. All right, before we get into all the nitty-gritty details of your assessment 4, I wanted to see if you guys remember some of the key things that we talked about in the beginning of this class. Just a little review. What makes a logo work? Can you guys type in there the 5 characteristics that we talked about that makes a logo work? See if you guys remember. I know I was kind of drilling this into your heads. We'll see how much you remember here. Simple, good. That's 1. Memorable, good. That's 2. Yep, timeless, good. She's on a roll. The last 2 are a little tricky. Versatile, good. And 1 more. This is a tricky one. It starts with an A. Appropriate, good. Yep, excellent, Tabitha. See, you were right on that, good. Yeah, so hopefully you guys remember those key characteristics that make a logo work, and there you go. Thank God for notes. Yes, so I mean, think about this all the time when you are designing a logo for somebody. And in this class, is the logo simple? Yet, you know, it's not boring. You know, you're kind of riding that line of you don't want it to be too simple, because then it won't be memorable. So you have to have a little bit of a memorable quality about it. And timeless. You want to make your logo look timeless, so it doesn't have too many trendiness to it, so it's not kind of, you know, fading out in the next 5 years. And it's versatile to be flexible enough to evolve going forward in time, as well as being versatile on other applications. Appropriate, you know, is the color, typeface, shape, the overall look of the logo mark appropriate for the brand. So yes, those are all the 5 characteristics. Great job. All right, let's take a look at your assessment 4. You probably have a lot of questions here, I'm sure. This is going to be an interesting project because you guys are going to be presenting your work in a video. I'm going to skip on down here. You can read the background. I'm not going to read that word for word. You guys can definitely take some time out and read that. I'm going to read the prompt here. Okay, so you've done the hard work. Now take the time to sell the client through a quality presentation. For this assignment, you will produce and post a professional short video narrated in your voice, so you don't have to actually show your face, explaining the brand strategy that differentiates it from its competition. Talking confidently about your work is great, but a stellar presentation will certainly push it over the edge. Take time to design the visual content of a presentation and make sure you rehearse your presentation before presenting. Engage the client with an appealing presentation that will keep them interested. The length of your presentation is also critical. There is a good possibility the client will lose interest if it's too long. Too short, and your presentation will fail to explain your design strategy. It's not easy to talk about your design. However, the ability to effectively explain design decisions is critical to the success of any project. In fact, a characteristic of a great designer is their ability not only to solve problems with the design, but also to explain how their solution resolves it in a way that's captivating and engaging. Be an expert when you design and a snake charmer when you present. It's kind of interesting, interestingly put there. All right, so the assessment instructions. First, you will create a slideshow with a minimum of 10 slides. You may use whichever software program you wish to create your slides. Required slides. Remember, this is a slideshow. You are not writing what you'll be saying, so you won't have it all written out on the actual slide. Just list keywords, points, and imagery as needed. You should have the title. Can include the logo, but must have the company name and your name on it. Introduce the brand, the company's competitors, the brand strategy, target audience, and design rationale. So the rest of the slides will include any items from your brand book you would like to highlight given the topics are required to discuss below. So next, produce and post a professional short 2 to 3 minute video narrated in your voice. So the required topics: introduce yourself, introduce the brand, who is the competition, explain how your brand strategy differentiates from its competition, explain the target audience and profile, explain design rationale behind the key components of your brand book, the logo, let's see here, typography, color palette, type of imagery that is acceptable and should be avoided, advertising and marketing treatments. And this is all the stuff that is in pretty much in your brand book too. Then what you're going to do is upload the final video presentation to YouTube or Vimeo. Oh, sorry, guys. So there's a link here. Submit the URL link once you're done submitting it. And then submit the slide presentation as a multi-page PDF and then name it as such. It's a lot of stuff, right? But I think it's not as overwhelming as it looks here. And I'll give you some suggestions on how you can pull this together. Do you guys have PowerPoint or anything like that in on your computers? Just curious. Okay. If you have PowerPoint, I would just say, start with that. But if you don't have PowerPoint for your slides, I would just I would say, just create something in InDesign where you're doing the slides for each page, and then you can export it out as a PDF for your presentation, if that makes sense. So the PDF would be what you would present, and you can just flip through it like a presentation. So you don't necessarily have to have PowerPoint, but it's up to you guys if you want to use that or not. All right, the other thing that I wanted to get to, and I think maybe what we'll do is we'll start with the first part of this, with the slides. And then what I'll do is I'll show you some tips and tricks on how to create a professional short video, and kind of give you some ideas there. So if you do have PowerPoint, if you do have PowerPoint, I'm going to show you how to do that here. So PowerPoint gives you, all kinds of different themes for templates. You don't necessarily have to create, use a theme. You can go very simple with just a white one or a black, and then you can kind of create your own custom slides, which might be nice because you want to kind of customize it to your brand. Okay. Now in PowerPoint, how to add slides, you just obviously up here on the very top, you can add more slides. There's a little drop slide menu here that you can add different templates, for whatever page that you want next. So this is where you would start and, pick and choose how you want to show, your information. All right, so basically, let's change this here. I'm gonna go back to this one. So for this, I have to show the title, and I'm gonna actually copy and paste what's in here so that I can see very easily what I need to be placed in here. Okay. So these are the key things that I need in here. Let's make it a little smaller. Here we go. So we need the title, and this could have the logo. So you'll have to, place the title and the logo. So what the title can be is, let's see here, title. You can put the name of the actual brand. So actually, let me place the actual logo here. Sorry, guys, I'm kind of not with it today, it looks like, right? Okay, let me grab the actual logo here. Everything in a folder here, so let me grab it. Demo. Okay. All right. So what you can do is you can definitely have the logo there. You can also have a title, Sweet Sensations Bakery Brand Book 2018. Oops. Something like that. And this is where you would kind of design it the way that you want it. Oops. I'll throw this down here because we don't really need that. Now it's up to you. I'm not going to customize this like too much. I'm just want to show you some things here. This is kind of big. It's real small here. But, by all means, you can make like the background, the color of your brands, add elements if you have them in there. Just delete this out. All right, so that would be the first page. And then the second page would be to introduce the brand. Okay, so let's go back to, let me open up my brand book because I think I have a little blurb in there. I might just have copy. You guys should have a really good idea and sense of direction with your brand book for this part. If you, where's my brand book here? There it is, okay. And I think I didn't actually put the information in my book here. I think I just threw like Greek type in here. But go back to your brand book. You can find information that you need on your slides there as well. And you can also add to it, for your introduction, or just keep it very simple. And what I would do for your brand introduction is I would make a separate note page. So I would do like a Word file, and I would name them each section on your presentation, if that makes sense. So, you know, start out with, you know, your cover introduction. So I would have my notes aside from this, and I would have, you know, hello, my name is April Biss. I am here to present Sweet Sensations Bakery, you know, brand book to you. This would be like the intro part. So add that to like a Word document or some type of separate file that you can read off of and not necessarily have it on your slide. So then when this page comes about, Sweet Sensations Bakery, you could just have the name or just the logo itself, and that would be the introduction to the brand. And then in your notes, that's when I would go back to your brand book, grab, you know, your brand introduction information and put it in your notes for that page. So when you're talking out loud, you know, you have something to read off of. And when you do read off of it, obviously you don't want to sound like you're reading. So just kind of practice, you know, before you do the recording. Just practice and practice and say it over and over again before you actually record. And I know some people are a little nervous about this, but, you know, you're doing it in your own private home. The only thing is, you know, when we listen back at our own voice, sometimes we think it's kind of weird and it sounds weird. But I think everybody kind of feels that way about their own voice. So be confident in what you're saying, and I think the notes will definitely help that. Okay, so we have the title page, introduce the brand. So you can, you know, say something like Sweet Sensations Bakery is from, tell them where it's from, tell them, you know, just basically the background information that was given to you from the brand book. I think I have somebody who just buzzed my buzzy in here. Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. All right, that was a little unexpected. Sorry about that. So I guess that's what happens when you work at home, right? All right, guys. So where was I? Okay, so introduce the brand. You know, like I said, that information that was given to you in the beginning, you can reinstate that, just kind of talk about the brand and who they are. And then, so I'm going to take this off here. And, you know, I would definitely make these pages a little bit more, like I would make them a little bit more designed for the actual brand. So there's themes, like I said, there's actually, you can change colors in the background. And let's see here. Go over. You can actually put pictures in here if you want. It's completely, you know, what you kind of want to make of it. There's all kinds of different icons you can play around with here. I'm trying to think of, okay, here's where you get colors here. You can also do background change of color. You know, depending on, of course, I probably wouldn't use this because I want it to be a specific color. So right here, maybe more of a purple color there. Same thing here. But you get the gist here. I actually don't play around with this too much because I have like templates that I deal with when I do my slides. There we go. That's actually, you know, I'm going to make this one actually black. I don't know if it automatically makes this black too. So, but you know, you can definitely put your own sense of design in this, you know, based on the brand. And I would want you to make it, because think about it, you're presenting this to the client, you're trying to, you know, win them over with your concept. So you want to make the whole presentation look really, you know, pleasing to the eye and all that good stuff. So, you know, maybe adding in, let's see, well, this next section here would be, was it competitors? Yeah. So you can actually put competitor images in here if you want, if you had them. For this particular client, you know, you might want to look up some bakery logos. I know you can really get into this in detail with the actual location of where it's at, you know, who's actually around that area. But I'm just going to look up some basic stuff here. Just, you know, Googling bakery logos. I put like 3. I'll get 3 of these and say that that's, you know, the competition here, because we don't really have the real information. It's not really like a real place. So we just kind of have to do our own thing. Okay, so I'm going to just pull in those pictures of the competition here. Placing picture. And this just helps with the presentation, because then you can talk about who the competitors are, and you could just talk about, you know, that, you know, what the niche is for the brand that you're working on as compared to what they are, you know, what they're all about. And that definitely comes through the intro part of your presentation, because, you know, they're saying what makes them unique in that description that you guys got. So talk about that, you know, say that we differentiate ourselves from our competitors. One second here. Company competitors. I think I'm spelling this wrong. Differentiate ourselves from the rest. Okay. So, you know, talk about what makes this brand different from your competitors, you know, and you can talk about the products. You could talk about the background of the actual brand, what they believe in, what their mission is. You know, you might even talk about how your logo looks a lot different. Your brand looks different in a good way. So, you know, just some things to kind of get you started. It doesn't have to be real long what you're talking about, but, you know, obviously it's nice to see visuals. So, you know, placing at least 3 visuals of your competitors would be probably a really good idea for that. Okay, the next one, next slide. I think it said 10 slides, right? Let me see. 10 slides, yeah. So we are on number 4 is, let me pull this up. So we did title, introduction, competitors, your brand strategy. Brand strategy. So this would be solving a problem, solution to the problem. So what are you doing to solve this problem? The client came to you, they wanted to have you redesign their logo. So how did you do that? What's your strategy? What was your strategy? Talk about how you implemented the logo revisions, why you chose, you know, the elements that you chose, and within the actual logo. Okay, let's see here. So So your brand strategy, how are you differentiating yourself from the rest too, could be talked about. And this is, again, something you can pull from your brand book. Target audience. Hopefully you guys are getting a little bit more specific with this target audience description here. Like I said, the more descriptive you are, the better. So here, let me see, let's try this here. Target audience, you can, you know, do your bullet points and say your age range. Let's do like 65. You could do women, medium, income, for instance, to look at demographics. Let's see, married, single, married, you know, go on and on. And then you can add in pictures. You know, maybe you have pictures that, you know, who the target audience would be. You know, it could be like families, family pictures. Let me get a picture in here. Family. Grab a picture to show you here real quick. So, you know, that's one idea. Or you can just have a list, you know, on this. And you don't even have to have a list. As long as you have it in your notes and you maybe highlight one or two things, that could be something that, you know, you can talk about as you're talking here. And then you can show pictures of people or something that you think, you know, who would be the target audience. I'm trying to find a good picture here. Sorry, guys. All right. Just throw this picture in here just to get this. But you could do more than one picture. It could be a whole, you know, array of who you think would be the target audience in here. I just grabbed one for now. I'm just going to put this one in. And holiday. Oops. There we go. So you could do a whole list here and then just kind of talk about it in your presentation. The more specific you are, like I said, the better. And you're not really, you know, even though you're kind of honing in on a specific target audience, it doesn't mean that you're not thinking about other people. It's just who you're actually speaking to. Just remember that. All right, the next slide would be design rationale. The rest of the slides will include any items from your brand book you would like to highlight given the topics you're required to discuss below. So this is basically explaining your design decisions again, just kind of talking about your end product as far as your logo mark and the reason why you chose the typefaces that you did, or the typeface or typefaces, the colors, you know, to unify with the brand. And how does that logo, how is that showing that brand's essence in a way? You can talk about that too. Okay, so there's a lot to talk about, a lot of pages that you can show. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we'll do 7, oops, 8, 9, 10. Oops. So that would be 10. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 slides after design rationale to kind of add in information. Now you can add in the color palette information. You can kind of show your advertising and marketing treatments that you had in your brand book. You know, you can kind of show how to just maybe not show how to use the logo, but, you know, kind of maybe show more pictures. The personality of the brand is, you know, definitely pictures are great to show the, you know, kind of the mood that you're setting with the whole brand itself and how that would be applied to other branding materials and identities. So you can add that in. Let's see here if I have any pictures to add in here, but let's see what my folder has in here. Does anybody have any questions while I'm digging into my folder here so far? Okay, hold on one second. I think somebody asking a question here. There we go. So you can show pictures here and then like keep talking, you know, within your presentation. Nope, okay. Now I'm just kind of placing pictures that I placed in my brand book. And that's something that you can do too, and just keep talking as you're flipping through. Just remember, you know, you want to sound very confident in what you're presenting. So practice is something that is definitely worth it for presentations like this. Practice and go ahead and listen to yourself talk too. Listening to the recording is, you'll learn a lot, you know, and how your voice is being projected and maybe how confident or not confident you sound. But yeah, just have fun with it, you know. If you're confident in your communication and your presentation skills, the more confident your client will be into buying into your idea. So you really have to make sure that you're into it. You have to sound like, you know what you're talking about. So have fun with it. And like I said, be confident. You guys work so hard on all of your work. You should be confident in what you are showing. Oops, what am I doing here? Like that. I keep losing my spot here. Sorry, guys. 1, 2, 2. All right. There's another cookies. Okay. Of course, they're small. And the shift key here. That actually is a nice picture for maybe the title page or something. Let's see here. Here, like the intro. I have this down here or something like that. Okay. I kind of want to have this centered. So you can kind of play around with the presentation and the way it looks, how everything aligns, you know. Mine's kind of boring, but, you know, I can spice it up a little bit later. And maybe adding the logo to all of these pages might be a great thing to do too, just maybe a little smaller. And so that you're kind of having that shown somewhere here. So I'm going to actually copy it from here. So it's the same size. Actually looks kind of nice like that. Okay. So I'm doing this very quickly just to kind of get through this, but you know, spend some quality time with each of these slides, make them look really nice. You shouldn't have a ton of copy because you're going to be, the copy that you have should be in notes that you're kind of reading off of, or maybe it's in your head. You don't necessarily have to. I always like to have notes though, because I think that makes me more confident in what I'm talking about, kind of keeps me on track, so I'm not losing focus too. And I kind of can plan out the time frame too of my presentation. Any questions what I showed you right now so far? And like I said, you don't have to do this in PowerPoint. You could set up 10 different pages, say 11 by 8.5. You could do like a horizontal variation in InDesign, just like this, just 10 pages vertically, not facing pages, and set up your pages as if they were slides, and then export them out as a PDF. And when you export it out as a PDF, you can flip through it like a slide for your presentation. Okay. So that's pretty much it. So gather your information up, get your slides ready for presentation, and then, you know, start thinking about how you're going to present this, you know. All right, so the next part of this is actually creating. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna submit this as a separate PDF. So in PowerPoint, I just want to show you really quickly here, and I don't know if you can see this. Let's see. I don't have, let me see, my window, browse, and show. There we go. Okay. I had it on slideshow. I don't know why. You're going to go up to the, and I know you can't see this. Let me, on the menu bar, it's hard to show my menu bar with the recording here, but go up to File, and then what you'll do in PowerPoint, File, Save As, you're going to choose from the Format drop-down menu, you're going to choose PDF once you're done. And that's what you're basically going to be submitting for this first part. Okay? So open your PDF, make sure it looks good. Let me open it up and show you guys. A minute here. Because I have like a million things, oops, in the way here. Hold on. There we go. So this is my PDF that I just exported out from my PowerPoint, just so you guys get the idea of what it looks like here. Okay. Now, you can use this as your presentation. You know, you can use this PDF to present. And all you do is just kind of use your up and down arrows to flip through. I would probably make this a little bit bigger in size. That way, as long as you're seeing the whole thing, you're good. You can actually do, I think there's a preview page display. Automatically scroll. I never really looked into this for any other purposes, so I'm sure there's probably some type of, there's a read mode. Okay, and then there is a full screen mode. There we go. So the full screen mode, I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me share my screen here, my desktop. It's basically what it is. It's a full screen mode. So then you just use your arrows, up and down arrows. Let's see here. Yeah, to go through. So you can actually do this full screen mode and do your presentation like this. Okay. Hitting escape kind of takes you out of screen mode. All right. The next thing, let me stop sharing here, that we're going to do. I'm going to share this part, okay, is we are going to show, I'm going to show you some ideas on how you can record this. There's, you know, definitely more than one option for doing the video. Let me go back to our assessment 4 information here so you can see what I'm talking about here. Okay, so the next part of this is to produce and post a professional short 2 to 3 minute video narrated in your voice. And you're going to kind of briefly go over these required topics. You're going to introduce yourself, introduce the brand, who's the competition, explain how your brand strategy differentiates. It's pretty much you're going through your presentation that I just showed. And then again, those last 4 pages, you can show all of this information. I just didn't plug that in. I just kind of was showing some pictures. So you can kind of explain the components by showing the logo. You can show the typography being used on the slide as you explain it, color palette, type of imagery that is acceptable. So stuff that's from your brand book you can put in there. Okay. All right, I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break and then we're going to get back. I'm going to show you a program that you can use for free if you would like. There's 2 that I'm going to talk about. You might have something on your computer. Everybody's different. You might know of one and just let all of us know because there's so much stuff out there. But I'm going to definitely talk about 2 that I think would work if you have the one. I think actually the one you can get for free too. But we'll talk about that as we go forward. I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break here. Does that sound good? Okay, I'll meet you guys back here in 5 minutes. All right, can you guys hear me? Excuse me. Woo. All right. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Awesome, thank you. All right, so a couple things I want to show you that you guys can try. And I know QuickTime is something that can be used on a Mac, not necessarily maybe a PC. So if you have QuickTime, you can use that to do your recording. Let me show you here real quick if I can find maybe a link for you guys here. If you don't know if you have it, just do a file search for, on your computer. But there are free downloadable options online, and I just did a quick Google search, QuickTime for Mac. You guys can download if you are on a Mac. So this could be, an option. I've used this many times for video critiques, and it works really well. All you have to do, let me show you my desktop here, is once you download it, and excuse me, my my desktop is like a mess because I've been just throwing stuff on there, so just kind of bear with me here. QuickTime shows up on my dock here because I placed it in there, but it will probably, once you download it, you can place it in your dock too if that's something that you want. But this is QuickTime Player, and when you open it, it's gonna just have QuickTime on the very top menu bar. You can go File, New Screen Recording is what I would do, because you want to share your screen and you want to record from it, but you just, you don't have to show your face. So New Screen Recording is what you would want. But before you do that, I would definitely open up your PDF. So let's open that up. Okay. And then, get it to the size that you want. It doesn't have to be real big. And then go back to QuickTime and go File, New Screen Recording, and it's going to pop up this little like player with audio showing, and you can pull up. You can hear that. But all you need to do is click on this little red player button. You click on that, and it's going to say click to record the full screen. So you can just click one time if you want the full screen to be recorded, or drag to record part of the screen. You can end the recording by clicking the stop button in the menu bar. So I'm going to just do the screen of my slide. So I'm going to click and drag over just the size of my screen, just for my slide size, and let go. And then once I let go of that selection, it says start recording. So I'll show you how I do that. I'm going to click on start recording. And hopefully this works, the recording. It is recording me right now. So this is where you would introduce who you are, talk about, what your project is all about, and go through each slide. And I'm just going to do this very quickly here just to show you guys, how you could start your presentation. So you talk about who Sweet Sensations Bakery is, who their competitors are, how they're different from the rest of their competitors. Brand strategy, what was your brand strategy with the solution to the problem? Target audience, design rationale, and then you can go through all of your other components of your brand book. When you're done, all right, let's see here. Oops, sorry. When you're done, I'm just gonna do quit, and it's going to ask me to save my recording. So you can save this as your assessment 4 desktop save. Okay. And then what's going to happen, it's going to create a movie right here on your desktop. So you can double click on it and listen to it, see if it recorded. And hopefully this works, the recording. It is recording me right now. So this is where you would introduce who you are, talk about, what your project is all about, and go through each slide. And I'm just going to do this very quickly here just to show you guys, you know, how you could start your presentation. So you talk about who Sweet Sensations Bakery is, who their competitors are, how they're different from the rest of their competitors, brand strategy. You know, what was your brand strategy with the solution to the problem, target audience, design rationale, and then you can go through all of your other components of your brand book. When you're done, all right, let's see here. Oops, sorry. When you're done, just gonna do quit, and it's gonna ask me to save my recording. So you can save this as your assessment 4, desktop, save. Okay, that was about 1 minute and 13 seconds. I was waiting for that to end there. All right, so that is pretty much the file that you'll need if you're doing QuickTime that you'll upload to YouTube or Vimeo. Okay, so at this point, what you would do is go into YouTube. If you don't have an account, you'll obviously make one. It's free. So once you're in your account, you're going to go to upload video. And here we go. You can leave it with being public. That's fine. You're just going to be sending me the URL. And you're going to take your QuickTime file, which actually is an a movie file, QuickTime movie file. And you're going to select that wherever it's at. And you're going to drag it right over top and drop it in there. And it's going to upload. In that upload, excuse me, what you want to do is hit publish, because it won't be available unless it's published. And then, you know, on the left-hand side, which I kind of clicked too quickly there was a link is what you'll be providing me with. So once this is done uploading, I'll show you the link again. Vimeo is pretty much the same thing, only a different website. If you want me to show you that, I can. I think I have a Vimeo account. I'm not sure if I know my password anymore, but I do have videos I have uploaded to that site many years ago. It's just like YouTube, only a little bit slightly different. Okay, so here's the link. So you'll just select this link. You can either just click over it. You know, of course, I'm saying that's easy, right? Or once it's done, you can just click on to the actual, and I'll show you that in a second because this is not letting me do it. And you'll want to listen to it, obviously, to see if it sounds good before you actually send me the link. Okay, so here's the link you will be giving to me in your submission. And you can write it in that little message area after you submit your PDF, like little notes that you can respond to. Just copy and paste it in there. So go ahead and listen to it. Make sure it sounds good. And hopefully this works, the recording. It is recording me right now. So this is where you would introduce who you are. The link is up here too. You can grab it from there. What your project is all about and go through each. That's about 1 minute and 13 that I did there. If you don't want this video in it anymore, you can delete it. There's, you know, edit it. You can edit it. Excuse me. I think you have to go through your channel management channel. Here, let's see. Yeah, right here. So you can go through here and, you know, delete if you need to, or grab the link again. It's completely up to you. Let's see the videos. Oops, let's go back, sorry. Okay, that's watch later. I believe this is upload. Let's see, watch later, add a playlist. Trying to see how you delete this here. Give me 1 second. Let's download. Should be like a managing area here. Let me try to find this. They're always changing this though. Channel playlists. Unless I'm just not seeing it. It's very obvious. Oh, this might be here. The settings maybe. No. And go through each slide, and I'm just going to do this very quickly here, just to show you guys. Trying to figure out how to delete how you guys need to start your presentation, and I can't find it. So I have to figure that out. If you guys know, chime in. There is a way, and I think it's through the channel management. I can't find that channel management area. Maybe it's over here a little bit more. What do I want to? All right, well, I'll have to figure that out. But hopefully you won't have to worry about deleting it. If anything, you can upload another one if you can't figure it out either. I'll figure it out and let you guys know. I just don't want to sit here and keep looking. But that's one way to do it through QuickTime, okay? If you have QuickTime already on your computer, on a Mac, then you're set. You're ready to go if you want to go that way. Now there's another, I just learned of, another screen sharing recording site. It's free. It's called Join Me. Here's the link here. I'll put it in the chat area. And it's free. They have a free 14-day membership, which is great because you don't have to put your credit card in there. And then if you don't want it, you don't get it. You're not locked into anything. And you only need it for this week, so you're good. You'll just need to sign in, sign up, put your name in. And then once you're in there, which I am, just hit start a meeting. It's going to download the actual app on your desktop. And then once it downloads, it'll pop up here. Oh, looks like there's a service error here. Hold on. It actually worked really, really well for me before, and now it's giving me a problem. Okay, let's click on this. Downloading it again. Looks like I had an error message, so we'll see if this helps. Okay, looks good. Now I have to find it. I think I'm just doing too much at one time here. Open. There we go. Hopefully I remember the password here. Okay, once you log in, you have this nice little window that pops up. It says start or join. You want to start, so you just hit start, and it's going to connect you. And this is where you start sharing. So you would make sure that your computer is linked up first on test your speakers. So hit
the conference will begin when the next party joins.
Okay, so make sure your mic is on. and you're the only participant. This is just other settings that you don't really have to worry about. So what you would do is just press, I hear all these like stuff going on, stop sharing. So I want to screen share. So I click on that. And then what I want to do, oh, it's already sharing, so I'm good. I want to record. So I click on these three little dots and I hit record.
You will now be placed into the conference. Call recording is on.
Okay, so this is where you can actually pull up your PDF, and you can probably hear me in this presentation here. Let me grab that PDF. And I probably would obviously have this open at that point, and I would go to full screen mode. Okay, so I can move this up here. So I just, again, this is the presentation, talk about who you are, introduce yourself, and then go through each slide. Of course, I have the spinning wheel of death here, not allowing me to go forward. There we go. Just go through each page, and then when you're done, hit stop. Stop recording.
Call recording is off.
Now it says we are processing your recordings. Find it soon at join.me under recordings. So if you click on that actual link, it takes you to their website where your recording will be placed once it's finalized. So you might have to wait a little bit. Your recordings are in here. I actually did one yesterday so I could see my old one here. Let's delete that one. Trash that one. And it says one recording is being processed. I'm not sure how long this will take, probably not very long. All right, it's taking longer than I thought. Okay, while that's recording, I want to show you what Vimeo looks like, so we're not just sitting here twiddling our thumbs. Vimeo. You can use this platform too to upload your final presentation. And it's just like YouTube where you upload it. Oh, it used to be free. Looks like you have to pay for it now. Oh, here's a basic one. Start with Vimeo Basic. Let's see if I'm actually in there. Oh, I already have an account, I think, here. Let's log in. But you would set this up if you don't have an account. Okay, I don't want to join this, so I just want to the basics. So I'm just going to go, let's see here. This changed too, so let's see. Let me just upload. Continue with basic. Okay, so I just go to upload at the very bottom. They make it kind of hard for you guys to seek that. And then what you would do, you would just click on or choose files. You could drop and drag, or you could just find the file that you want to place in there. This is the QuickTime movie. And open. You can give a little description. Anyone can see this video. You want to keep that open so that you can share it with me. but it's processing now, so it'll give you the processing time, the uploading time. Let's go back to see if our video from Join Me is done. No, it looks like it's still being processed here. We'll just kind of check in every once in a while here to see if it's done. But Vimeo will give you a final link that you'll be able to use once it's uploaded to access your video, so I can review it. Okay, go to video. Okay, looks like you have to wait a little longer here. Let's go check in on our recording. Oh, it's done. Okay, so it shows a little play button. It shows the duration of it, when it was made. You have a link access here, so if you clicked on link, you could just copy this link and send that link to me. So that's kind of another way that you can do that. Now, you don't really need to do it this way because you're going to be uploading it. I got kind of ahead of myself. You're going to be uploading it to either Vimeo or YouTube, so you don't have to worry about that. What you need to worry about is actually downloading it, okay? So let's go ahead and watch it first. Okay, so this is where you can actually pull up your PDF. You can probably hear me in this presentation here. Let me grab that PDF. And I probably would obviously have this open at that point. And I would go to, okay. So I'm going to go back and say, if you want to send it this way, you could send me the link from here. You don't have to upload it to YouTube or to Vimeo. I think this would work. I think it might be a little redundant if you were to download this and then upload it to YouTube or Vimeo. So if you want to do it that way, you can. Let's see if this actually works. If I place this up here in the bar here. Hold on one second before I go and say that, and then I can't see it. Okay. So I should be able to see it if you give me that link. So that's fine. If you want to skip that step and you're using this software, I would be fine with that. Okay. Does that make sense? I didn't know it actually gave you a link because QuickTime does not. So if you go to the QuickTime route, you have to actually take the movie file and place it in YouTube or Vimeo, because that program doesn't necessarily give you a link. All right, it looks like this Vimeo is ready to review here, so I'm going to hit play. And hopefully this works, the recording. It is recording me right now. So it does sound better through Vimeo and YouTube. So if that's, you want it to sound better, it might be the way to go. And then the link that you want to send me, if you click on share, it should give you a link right here. You want to copy that and then paste that in the message area where you would introduce who you are. And I don't know, I think you can delete this too. Manage videos. This is what I was looking for in YouTube, but I couldn't find it. I'm going to have to do a little digging because they changed their platform a little bit to delete my videos. Okay, so here we are showing, you probably won't have all these videos, but I'm thinking it might be in settings here. Let's see. Maybe not. Get back. Okay, let's see if we. All right. So I'm thinking somehow we can delete this somehow in here. Because I'm having problems trying to figure out how to do that in all of the programs, since it seems like it would be so easy. And it should be in settings, but I can't find it. Share, upload. So we wanted to delete this. Maybe I just skipped over it here. YouTube video. Let's play it again. Maybe it has something in there. All right, well, again, I can't quite find how I would delete this. So we have to do some digging again. Let me stop sharing here. Hold on. See if I can figure this out. I would like to know how to do this so I can show you guys. Obviously, if you're not happy with whatever you do, as far as, you know, you post a video and then you're like, oh, I need to revise something. I want to show you how you can delete it. Okay, so let's type in how to do that. The video file tab in the video settings. Okay, let's see if we can do that. Video file tab. Oh, video file. Do I have that? I don't know if I have that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. We'll get there. I think I'm doing a million different things at once. My computer's slowing down here. Anyway, it talks about to delete your video, select the video file tab in the video settings. Okay, so maybe I actually have to go into the actual video itself here. Let me click on this real quick. We'll figure it out. This may take a little while. There we go. So video file. Whoops. There we go. Delete this video. Geez, it took a couple steps there. I guess you have to put your account password in there. But that's how you would delete that. Let me see how you would delete it in YouTube. I'm actually very curious because I need to delete a few things. And I don't know where the management settings went. So go to Video Manager, Channel, select my channel, and the Video Manager page will open. You'll see a list of your videos. Okay, so now I'm in YouTube. And I'm going to go into my channel, which I'm at there. The Video Manager. Yeah, this is where I can't find the Video Manager. I don't know if I'm looking in the right spot though. Okay, so that's what you would do. Video Manager page will open up and you'll see a list of videos. Select the delete option to remove video forever. This is what I don't have, so I'll have to figure this out on my end. This is what I can't find, my channel and Video Manager. So I guess, you know, I don't know, we'll see, we'll see if we can find this again.
And hopefully this works.
There we go. I think it would just be really easy. So my channel, and there should be some type of, oh, maybe it's customized channel. Maybe that's what I need to click on. Let's see. There we go, customized channel. See that, I was skipping a step there. I think they changed that, so that's what I needed to click on. So now I can go into Video Manager. That's what I was looking for. They usually have that displayed before I actually clicked on Customize button, so that's what I was missing there. Got it. Click out of these so I'm not running a million things at one time here. All right, so this should show you all of your videos or just that one that you uploaded, and then you should be able to delete it. Oops. All right. I may have to do a little digging here, but there should be a way that you can delete this, and it's just, you know, giving me problems here. They changed this whole thing, so it's definitely different. I'm wondering if we could just click on it and delete it, but not let me do that. All right, well, maybe you won't be able to delete, or, you know, if you find out, let me know, because this is kind of more of a pain in the butt than anything. Let's see, what's this? Title and views. I think it would be easy, you know? You have options here, but when you click on it, it doesn't quite give you any options. Very interesting. Anyway, there used to be a very easy way to delete these, and that's why I'm kind of puzzled right now, because, you know, it's changed a lot since I went in here and actually deleted some stuff. So I got to figure it out, though. It's just one of those things where I don't want to be sitting here forever showing you guys that I can't find a way. That's crazy. Videos, dashboard, missing features. I mean, you know, it should be very simple in here. And maybe I'm skipping something and I can't see it. So anyway, if you need to delete the YouTube, we're gonna have to do some digging, and I'll figure out, you know, how to do so. I apologize, you guys. I'm usually more together than what that is. I didn't realize that they actually changed their platform since I last was on there. Okay, so, you know, the presentation is important. I would go over, you know, what you're going to say, have notes. Like I said, present yourself with confidence, speak up. A lot of the times when people say the psychology behind presentation, a good thing to do is actually smile when you're talking. Even though they can't see you, you can hear your voice changes. It becomes more positive. I know that sounds kind of strange, but you know, it kind of changes the way your voice projects. So, you know, practice your presentation. Do it, time it, see if it works. Go through your slides and practice before you do the final recording. Does anybody have any questions? Anything that I went over so far, besides how to delete a YouTube video, which I couldn't figure out? Driving me crazy. So in the instructions, again, don't forget that you are to submit your final video presentation. Submit your link along with your slides as a PDF file. I don't think it's too hard. Once you get, you know, your slides together and what you want to present, I think it'll go very smoothly for you guys. I don't think it's as overwhelming as you think it is. It's just kind of getting everything together and then having it ready to go. All right, well, that's pretty much what I have for you today. I'm gonna kind of open it up for any type of critique or questions that you guys might have for the rest of the time. If not, we'll just wrap it up and call it a day, and you guys can get started on your projects. Okay, let's see here. Tabitha, did you email me? Okay. No, I didn't actually. It's been a busy day here. I'm just been like running around before I got on. So let me take. Do you want to just share your screen, or do you want me to open up your email? Okay, I'm going to unmute you. Go ahead and share your screen.
How's this?
Okay, zoom in on that a little bit. Yeah, okay. So what I want, that looks good. What I want you to try is get rid of that stroke on the outline, the outline stroke,
Okay.
just to see what it looks like without that. It's getting close. See where it says stroke 1 point? Yeah. Hit that 2-0. Oh, you have it all linked in there. Okay.
Yes, unfortunately, I forgot about that. Let me ungroup them really quick. Oh, how do I get it back now?
Just click back on it and do that same thing. There you go. That actually looks really cool like that. I like that. And then what I would do is just turn it. So click on it and rotate it. Take your rotate tool. I would rotate it. There you go. Right. So that vertical line is straight right there.
Oh, I'm still crooked.
It's a little off. If you hold the shift key, it should lock it in place.
How's that?
Yeah, and I would just make it just a little bigger. You know, just hold that shift key down, pull it out a little bit more. Yeah, a little bit bigger. Get that balance going. Yeah, right there. And then, you know, pull that up. And then what I would try is putting it in between the red and the river if you have it on one line. Just try a variation like that. Yeah, like that. So swap out that little mark.
And make it bigger? Or is that big enough?
Well, just do what you did before with the white lines.
Oh. Now, how on earth did I do that?
I would just copy what you have above, so you don't even have to worry about rotating it. Just copy and paste what you have above down below. Leave that there. Oh, okay. Copy. And then paste. There you go. You can make it just a little bigger if you want to make it work in that space. It's up to you. Right there, that's good. Maybe a little smaller. It might be, well, I don't know. What do you think? Maybe just a tiny bit smaller. But you're getting there. It looks, I think it looks good. Yeah. You don't want to crowd the letters too much, but
Yeah.
with that nice right balance in between. Yeah, I think that looks really good.
Okay,
You know what's
good.
nice about this is you have the organic style of the typeface. It looks very organic, but then you have the scientific part of the mark. So it really works perfectly because, you know, the description of the company talks about, you know, the whole science behind their food and everything.
Yes, that's the whole thought I had in mind.
Yeah, so I think that is a great kind of balance that you have there going on.
Okay, great. I'll be using that then. So
Yeah.
I can finish my brand book.
There you go. Once you get that done.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If you're still reworking the logo, it seems like you're just constantly updating your brand book, but you know, you got to have that logo right.
Yes, because it's like the main thing.
Right. It's all part of the brand book. Great job, though. You did a great job. I can see that you were really struggling, but you took the feedback yesterday and you were working on it for days, and I can see definitely progress. So hopefully, you know, this was like a learning process for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Great job, though.
Well, thank you.
Good work. So now it's presentation time.
That scares me.
Oh, I think you'll be fine. I think you'll be fine. Like I said,
depends on how nervous I get.
yeah, but once you have those notes out and you know nobody's actually listening to you at that point, I think it's a little easier to do.
I can only hope.
That's funny. Well, once you practice over and over again, I think it'll kind of loosen you up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. That's funny. All right. Well, thanks for sharing. And just, Thomas, do you have anything to show or questions?
Not at this point. I haven't even got started on it. I know I was late last night. I think either with yesterday's post, because I've been having a lot going on in this, like 2 classes just in the last month,
Okay.
and so I know I've been kind of trying to get everything turned in on time. I'm gonna try to start working on some of it today, and then I'll email you what I have. On what I have,
Okay.
and then go from there.
So you're going to be burning the midnight oil.
Huh?
You're going to be burning the midnight oil.
Yep.
You're just going to go from, just working all through the night.
Well, something like that, because I got 2 classes. I got the ethical course, and then I got this design course. So yeah.
Yeah.
This week they're both presentations, so makes my job a little bit easier.
Right. All right. Well, yeah. Email me your stuff. Let me know what you have. I'll try to help you through it, and we'll just go from there.
All right. And I know tomorrow is Friday, so if I need one-on-one help, are you going to be available or no?
I should be. If you contact me as soon as possible, we can set something up.
Okay. Yeah. I'll get that. I'll send you what I have in the email, and then if we need to work on it, I'll ask you in the email if you want to work on it one-on-one tomorrow.
Sounds good. All right. Sounds good.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for just joining me, listening, and it's a pleasure to have all of you in class, and I hope to see you in future classes. Like I said, I've been teaching for independence for, almost over 5 years, and it's so neat when I get you guys in future classes and I can, reconnect with you guys. But I will be posting a farewell post that has my contact information if you want to, stay in touch with me. I will be posting that soon. You guys can, stay in touch, because even though the class is over doesn't mean we can't keep in touch. Networking is a big part of it too. So I still talk to my old professors from college, and you just never know. So I'll post that information, and I'll be seeing you guys on the discussion boards. Let me know if you have any. It is, Tabitha. Yep. I've had people, 3 or 4 classes in a row sometimes. So it's great to see you again. Just see what you guys are up to, work with you again. It's pretty cool. And it's really neat whenever students get in touch with me after graduating and kind of update me on what's going on with them. And it's really cool. Keep that open communication. All right, guys. Well, let's finish strong and get those presentations done. I know you can't wait to graduate. I know. But, enjoy this experience. Once you're done, you might miss it. You might miss some of it. I know I do. School is a nice way to, just kind of experiment without, getting fired if you need to experiment more. You know what I mean? So this is where your juices get flowing and you can experiment and be creative, and it sets you up for going forward. So enjoy this time. It goes fast.
Yes, it does.
All right, guys, have a great day and upcoming weekend, and I'll be talking to you soon.
All righty.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.